Okay, I'd just like to start by introducing my dear friend Jon Martinson, who I've known for how many years?
30 years.
30 years, and he's arranged this shoot this morning. And I was invited up here to speak at Bismarck State College and give a talk. And well, this is in preparation because my book, Final Charade, hopefully will be completed in the next year and will be published somewhere. And I was given opportunity to talk, and I only had 60 minutes to talk. And the question was, what was I going to say? Now, I included some new material that's never been made public. And the reporter did a great job. She picked up on this new material and wrote this interesting story. But what she doesn't know, and none of the audience knows, is this new material is nothing compared to the stuff that I cannot talk about that I already know and have concluded. And that's why we're doing this project, to put on the record years of research that I've already done, conclusions I've reached that I can't talk about because the public would laugh. And I don't want to get into a situation where I'm subject to ridicule because I haven't built my case a step at a time. So first is going to come my next book, Final Charade, which is the sequel to Best Evidence. And Best Evidence said that the body was altered before the autopsy and changed the facts of Kennedy's death. And the question then and made it look like Oswald did it. And then the book I'm working on now, Final Charade, is who was Lee Harvey Oswald and what is he doing in Dealey Plaza? But the great irony is that there's this whole other layer, which I can't even talk about, but we're going to talk about it right here in this camera. Now, one of the things this lady said in her story, Scholar discusses his JFK conspiracy theory, is first of all, she notes inside the administration of John F. Kennedy was the embryo government of Lyndon Johnson, and that's true. And I'll be developing that in a future time. But as far as the shooting of Kennedy is concerned, what I said, and this little cat that got let out of the bag yesterday, was that arrangements had been made to bring the president to a medical facility to remove bullets and alter wounds. Why? To create the false appearance that Oswald's rifle was the murder weapon. So this is not just an ordinary murder, and this will be in Final Charade, of course, the next book. This is not an ordinary murder where the president gets shot. He not only gets shot, but arrangements have been made to alter his body within 30 minutes, 40 minutes of the shooting, so that by the time they have an autopsy, it's going to look like Oswald's rifle was the murder weapon. So it's a plot with a built-in cover-up. You not only shoot the president, but then you falsify the story of how he died within 30 minutes or 40 minutes, and it's all done as follows. They bring the president into the hospital. He's been shot dead. He is absolutely DOA, deader than a doornail, but doctors involved in this say, oh, you know, we can save his life. Bring him up to the OR. And they pretend he's alive when he's dead. That's what we call this whole section of my new work, DOA. They pretend he's alive when he's dead to get him up to the OR, and under the guise of clinical surgery to save his life, they're going to take out bullets and alter wounds and prepare the body, you might say, quote unquote, prepare the body for the autopsy. Okay, so that's going to be revealed in my next book, Final Charade, DOA. And that's going to make it very clear how the autopsy was supposed to be falsified. It didn't work out that way. They couldn't pretend Kennedy was alive when he was dead because Jackie got into the room and other things went wrong. And because other things went wrong, they had to leave Parkland Hospital in Dallas, Texas, without an autopsy. And the Secret Service, with guns, forced their way out of the hospital with the body. And that's why all this craziness happened at Love Field before takeoff, because they had to get to that body before it got to Washington. They had to alter that body or Oswald's not going to look like he's guilty.